Hey guys, Lunar here. Welcome to episode 17 and part 3 of our look into switches and power conduits and stuff like that. And today we're going to look at part 3, which is terminals. Okay, you can see here I have all of the things that you can connect to the terminals. It's not much. Have I connected that? I can see one thing I haven't even connected yet. Connected that. We have everything here you can connect to terminals. We have all these different switches, which essentially you can do the same thing on them. Laser tripwire. And the thing that's requiring all of these generators are the light boxes, which are actually really cool, and we will go over that. So if we just take a look at the terminal requires 1 power to work. Okay, these don't require any power, they don't need to be connected to anything in order to be able to use them in the terminal. Okay, just so long as the terminal is connected to power. But you can't access it from your workshop menu. Alright, so this is all the different categories. First one, power counter control. That is the one that you see in the last episode, the power counter. That is the pylon that turns on and off constantly. Delayed switch control, pylons that have a delay before turning on or off, so there's 2 of them. And the light box control, that's the light that you see on the left. And the optical sensor, that is the laser tripwire. Okay, so there's only 3 different things because the 3 pylons, they all do the same thing. They're all just timers that you can set. So in the last one, I set this to 1. Okay, which means every time it gets to 1 or 0, it turns on and off. But you can set it all the way up to 9 or 10 because it has a 0. And every time it gets to 0, it turns on, and then you can set the delay to 1 through 9. Okay, and it's the same for all of them. Interval switch control, that is just showing you how much of delay to put in between it turning on and off. Okay, because it constantly turns on and off when connected to a generator, so you can show how long it will be off for and how long it will be on for, and you get up to 10 seconds. So if you want to have it on for 10 seconds and then off for 10 seconds, you can. If you want to have it on for 10 and off for 1, you can. So you can choose that. And it's the same for the next one down, which is the delay switch control. And you can just set how long a delay there is between turning on and off. Okay, so if you want there to be only 1/8 of a second before it turns on or off, depending on which pylon you're using, and you get all the way up to 10 seconds on all those as well. Okay, so those are really simple, and there's not much to know about them. Optical sensor control, you get a couple of options in here. Okay, this is kind of handy for having your laser tripwires because, like we covered in the last one, they don't reset automatically. You have to arm them manually. If you have all of your laser tripwires in your camp connected to power source, and then you have your computer set kind of connected to the same power grid, then you can set all the ones in your camp. But that will require a lot of work. So it can be handy, but yeah, I don't really like the laser tripwires if you have to reset them on your own. You can disarm them all, which is handy, I guess. But what you can do is you can set all of your laser tripwires to either trigger on anything or trigger on hostiles. And that's handy for 2 different things. Like, if we can build an automatic light switch, which I still want to make at some point, you want it to trigger on anything, okay? But if you have something like a flamethrower connected to a laser tripwire, obviously you don't want it to trigger when your settlers walk through it, but you do if it's raiders, so you can set it to trigger on hostiles. Alright, so there's quite a lot of options in there that can come in handy. And like I said, to arm all of them, you'll have to connect all of your laser tripwires to your power grid. And you can just essentially have 1 computer for your entire town to set all these different things. Alright, and the final one are lightbox controls. Alright guys, I went to sleep just so you guys can see these lightboxes a bit better. Okay, because essentially during the day, all the colors that you get, which is what the controls in here are for. If you go to lightbox controls, all the colors kind of look the same during the day. They kind of just look a bit white. So if we go to set color, okay, now we should be able to change the color and see it good. This is all the options that you get, and then you can click on one. Okay, and you can also choose the brightness. And we're not going to do that. I'm just going to click on randomize. So we go back into there. Hit randomize. And then when you leave the controls, whoops, you can see there, look, that looks pretty cool. Definitely lightens up this whole place and makes it much more exciting. Okay, and what I'm going to do with these is if we get out a couple more, I'm going to build these on my city wall. Alright, and I'm going to turn them into a sign that says Sanctuary. So we'll just build a few more. And we need to do that. And we can break down you, and you, and you, and you. There we go, an S. And also what I did before I went to sleep, guys, is I got rid of all the wires connected to the generators, to these light boxes, because we don't need that. You can just connect them all by one wire, and then connect all the light boxes to each other. Just to make it a lot more neat. Okay, we'll connect all those. They should all be lit up now. And then what I'll be doing on my wall, obviously I want it to be all one color. It'll most likely be white. Now I don't know, you can press A to switch through all the different colors on the light boxes. So I'm hoping that you can connect them to one of the pylons, and they might be able to cycle through all the different colors, like on their own. But it's most likely not going to happen. But that'd be cool if we could get all of them to just constantly cycle through all the colors. There we go. Look, that S will be on the outside of my wall. I'm not going to show you my wall until another episode, because I have quite a lot of it built, and it looks really cool. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Alright guys, I hope you found that information useful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in our next episode.